So this is the second part on the living in regret that I talked about the other time. So and recently too, I saw that story. You remember that boy that died in Durham school? That the story went viral, and after they now said cause of death was what and what. Now the mother of that boy. This thing, remember this thing happened in 2020 or early 2021. Now, the mother of that boy just died a few days ago. They showed it. And people said, right from the time the case started going on, the woman became a shadow of herself. She was not interested in life. She was doing nothing. She fell into depression. And finally, now, she's gone. They said maybe high blood pressure and all that. Let me tell you, that woman lived in regret. Let me tell you part of the regret. Remember, she mentioned in one of the interviews that the boy was silent and quiet all through. And they will ask him, what is it? The boy said, was not saying anything. That the only time the boy spoke up was when it was close to returning back to school. The boy now told the mother, Mother, please, I don't want to go back to that school. I don't want to go back to that school. So when they ask him what is it, and probably the father would have said, why don't you want to go? Blah, blah, blah. The boy said it's okay, he will go. He refused to say why, but he knew why he did not want to go. Now it wasn't quite long when they dropped this boy. News came to them that the boy was not feeling okay. They should come. When they came, they met him swollen and all that. The boy tried to speak, he could not. But long story short, he left. Now the woman was living in regret. This regret is, if I had known, I would have listened to him when he said he did not want to go back. If I had known, if I had listened to him, my son would still be with me today. But at this point, the boy was already gone. What can you do? You cannot bring him back. Am I saying it's easy for her as a mother to maintain? No. But you see, after living in so much regret, what happened? She has gone to join the son. When you make these mistakes, all I am saying is that yes, blame yourself for that mistake, but don't dwell in the blame, especially for the ones that involve life. You cannot change it. Oh, if I had done this, if I had done that. And if you're a Christian, this is how the devil holds us bound. The devil will hold you bound. You will not be able to express your forgiveness in the Lord. If it was a bad thing that you did, and right from within, you are sorry, you have confessed, and the Lord has forgiven you, you forgive yourself and move on. Because you keep cheating yourself by allowing the devil to cheat you for something that the Lord has forgiven you about. Am I saying it's easy? No. But I'm saying it's easier when you learn to move on. Some people say, I cannot. Another example I want to give to you. I heard this story. In fact, it was the woman that said it over the radio when they were asking, call in and share what you remember and you're in regret. This lady called in and she said when they were getting married, she and the husband to be, they had an agreement that in their first 2 years of marriage, they don't want any kid. They just want to enjoy themselves before the kids will start coming. Let them just use that period and just enjoy in, marriage. And then they agreed. It was an agreement for both of them. Then months after marriage, it was not even up to 5 months that she got pregnant. And when the man was told him, they said, but that was not our agreement now. What? And the man said, no, no, no. You will have to remove this baby. We are not ready for this baby. And so she agreed with the husband, and the baby was removed. Now, fast forward to after enjoying themselves as they wanted, they started looking for babies. Babies were not coming. They were now trying. So in her mind, she started saying, probably God is punishing us for removing the one He gave us. Why would we do this? Why would we? And at the time she was calling, I've forgotten how many years down the line she was not able to conceive. But it's not as if they tampered with anything inside. Her womb and everything are still intact. But what I'm saying is that probably also is her living in guilt, and guilt has a way of distorting your hormones and everything you stand for. It's true. When the body is not relaxed, it cannot take in any baby. So she living in regret. It's costing her hormones to reject every life that was coming to grow in her. But how long will such person live in that regret? You have done it, you have done it. You cannot turn back the hands of time. What do you do? When you seek for forgiveness, believe that you have a father who forgives. And he says, I'll throw it into the ocean of my um, forgetfulness. He does not remember that you did this. Once he has said you are forgiven, only what he says is do it no more. But he forgives that which you have asked for. But most times we hold ourselves bound by the things that the Father has thrown into his ocean of forgetfulness. Once you are forgiven, rejoice in that forgiveness. Stop living in regret, especially for the things you cannot change. I will still do another part. Today's own is on this woman and this one that removed the baby. I'll still do another part on regret. God bless you as you start to drop all this weight that is holding you bound from enjoying the peace, the joy, the love, the care, the provisions that the Almighty has given to you by allowing the devil to hold you bound. Stop regretting what you cannot change. You have made that mistake. Move on. God bless you.